Are you wondering what a business coach does? Hey, I'm Coach Molle from the Visibility Hacking Movement, and I help small businesses gain maximum visibility online using a variety of different digital marketing techniques that we like to call connection machines. But this video isn't about me. But I do have to tell you a little bit of a story first. When I started building my business, I put a ton of time and effort and energy and resources into going in 1,000 different directions. And my profits were showing that I wasn't really focused and I didn't really know what I was doing or where I was going. And the worst part of it all was every time I came up with a new challenge or a new obstacle in front of me, I had to stop everything that I was doing and then spend all of my time trying to figure out this new obstacle. How can I learn what I need to learn? I took the idea of having being a jack of all trades with so many different hats. I took that to heart, and honestly, I was just spinning my wheels. I was wasting my time. And I used to think coaches were kind of a joke until I hired one. This business coach I had helped me find clarity on who I was talking to, what I was doing, what I was offering them, how I was going about offering it to them, in what messaging, in what direction. All of those obstacles that I had to try and figure out, they had already figured out. It was a complete game changer for me. I went from being afraid to ask for $100 to signing $100,000 deals, multiples of those at the same time. And it was amazing. I'm just telling you what worked for me. Hopefully it'll work for you. But in this video, I'm going to share with you why coaches are your eyes in the dark. I'll also tell you about the 3 key actions that coaches help accelerate. And at the end of the video, we'll talk about what you can get from a coach that you can't get anywhere else. So stay tuned, roll that intro. I know when I was building my businesses, I felt like I was alone in the dark. I was kind of just shooting in all different directions, hoping that something would work. I was kind of like throwing matches out, hoping that I'd catch some idea of what was around me. This darkness was all encompassing. I felt completely alone. But I knew that building a business and being an entrepreneur does require a fair amount of problem solving, of working through the tough stuff. I recognize that is part of the landscape of this world, but I really felt like I was drowning. And I recognized that there were so many other entrepreneurs around me that were feeling the exact same thing. And then when I looked around me, I realized that there were a ton of people in the digital space specific to where I was living and working that were just copying each other. Like literally, my Facebook feed would be filled with people asking the exact same question, word for word, spelling errors and typos included. And that was my aha moment. That's when I realized that I needed to do something to make sure that either A, I didn't slip into that bad habit, and B, that I was actually going in a purposeful direction. So when I was building my business in the dark, I had no direction. I didn't know where I was going. But then when I found a coach, all of that changed. Their outside perspective was able to help me see where I needed to be. They gave me that clarity of vision that I needed in order to be better at doing what I'm already great at. A coach isn't going to do the work for you, but what they are going to do is make sure that you're working at your optimal, that you're working on the things that matter. The other thing about coaches is that they help you clarify your stage in your business. Like business coaches specifically, they'll help you figure out if you're a new business, if you're a growing business, or if you're stuck. Each of those 3 spaces to be, phases of existence, phases in your business, require a different mindset. They require a different perspective. They require different actions of us, the entrepreneur, and guiding techniques from our business coaches. So having someone who's whose profession is to help see those blind spots and help you identify where you are in your business so you know how you should be proceeding forward is absolutely essential. I know it was so impactful for my business. It absolutely changed the game. And if you guys have had anything that has happened in your business that has changed the game, say you've hired an incredible coach or you listened to an absolutely mind-blowing podcast and you want to share that with us, or there was a certain speech at a convention or a conference that you saw, what has it been that has really sparked your interest and sparked your motivation in your business? What has helped you stay on track and find your clarity? Let us know in the comments. I would love to see what's going on with your businesses. Business coaches can help us in a variety of different ways, but I find that there are 3 key areas that we really need to pay attention to. The first area is that our coaches can help us solve problems. Even if they don't have experience necessarily in the kind of problem you're dealing with, coaches as an overall profession, understand how we can start untangling problems, how we can shift our perspective and see the problem from a different area. We can start to see where we might need other resources or we might need other people to come help us out, different expertise to join the team, etc., etc. Having a coach can help us get out of our own emotions when it comes to those types of problems as well. And that I know in myself has been so important. The second key area is that usually we're hiring coaches with a specialized area of focus or a specialized knowledge area. They're experts in a certain area, a certain field, a certain process, for example. That is so valuable. So say you are finding that you're struggling with your time management or your Facebook ad process, or you're looking for someone to do all of your social media stuff, whatever it is, you can find coaches who can help you focus in each of those specific areas. I know there's a lot of people in the visibility hacking community who are launching podcasts right now. There are great coaches that can help you through the process of starting up and launching that new podcast. Or say you want to write a book, finding an author coach who can help you go through that process. They have the expertise in getting people into the writing mindset. They have an expertise understanding and overcoming the variety of different obstacles that you may encounter along that process. So hiring your coach based on their particular expertise, super valuable. And the third area or key area that you want to pay attention to that our business coaches can provide to us is help growing our businesses. The kinds of resources that they have access to, their book of contacts, for example, their expertise in overcoming the obstacles that we've already talked about that you're going to encounter as you grow your business, as you go through those processes. That is something super valuable that they bring to that coaching relationship. So those 3 areas to think about are going to be game changers in your own business. Another way to change the game, if you're interested, is to hit that subscribe button and join us here on the channel. New videos for you every single week. The 2 important things that I've already mentioned before, but I really want to stress again, so we're going to do a whole section of this video about them, is the fact that your coaches are bringing to the stage their huge network of expertise, their Rolodex, all the resources that they've already tested before, and they're also bringing to the table their perspective. Oh, super important. Their perspective is steeped in all of the experience that they've already gone through. Already having years of experience trying to do the same thing that you're doing. They've tried to knock on those doors. They've tested those systems and processes that people are putting out there, and they know what works. I know when I was starting to hire onto my team a whole bunch of freelancers to do little tasks here and there because we were building an agency at the time, hiring each and every one of those people was a daunting task. But once I hired a business coach whose entire area of expertise is to create onboarding documents and is to go through that process with growing teams, once I tapped into their expertise, I was stuck on this problem about how to communicate with certain team members being asynchronous, where we're all over the world. And our business coach was able to say, like, step out of your perspective for a second and realize that what you think is a problem isn't actually a problem. Because if you step back and you see it from a high level overview and you see how your whole team is communicating already, there is no problem. The team is moving effectively without having to get everyone on the same call, which seemed to be where my head was stuck. But having the ability to bounce those ideas and work through those struggles with a coach who's already been there, who has gone through that process, who is able to help people with a proven system, that completely changed it for my business. So I know that business coaches, I was once very, very skeptical of them. And I don't say don't be skeptical at all. Absolutely do your research. But I know if this is a video to me from 10 years ago, for example, I would say, girl, do your research, find a coach, and keep finding coaches, because it's going to change it for your business. So that's my little video for you guys about why I love business coaches so much, and why I think you guys should tap into them as well. Okay, so business coaches can be really expensive, so I want to offer you something absolutely free. Head over to visibilityhacking.com, click the link at the top of the page, become a visibility hacker, and what that's going to do is bring you over to our Facebook group where you can join us and get tons of free coaching and all of your questions answered in the Visibility Hackers Facebook group. Absolutely free. Just answer a couple questions so we know you're not a robot, and we'll bring you into the community. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I will see you in our next one. Until then, as per usual, remember, I love you. Be excellent to each other. And go build your connection machines.